In the basement, I walk the block with a halo and a stick, poking your patience. Y'all catch a 30-second flash visual. Dirty cooperative net platoon, bloom head trip split.
Right, that's right, homie. That's right. Again. How embarrassing.
We'll come back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what the Patriots do. Why am I hearing myself echo? It's so weird. Wait a second. What the fuck's happening? Do you hear that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wait a second. Bam. Okay, there you go. Oh, wait a second. Time out. There you go. All right. Wait a second. Oh, wait. Time out. Wait. Oh, shit. Welcome to my life. There we go. There we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. Wait. There we go. Wait. What the hell's happening? Why am I being possessed? Help. 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 Oh, Jesus. Help. Oh, no. This is so embarrassing. What's happening? And Jordan's laughing his ass off over there. Why is there an echo? Boom. Try turning my what? My phone. Oh, is this on? Oh, that might. Hello? Oh.
Yeah, that sounds better.
What the? And that was my girlfriend Rachel that just told me what to do. And he's the guy that worked in TV for almost half of his career. And, you know, yeah, okay, great. So, all right, this is the Justin and Jordan show.
And we're back.
Back. No one ever heard us in the first beginning.
With a vengeance.
Whew.
You mean all those gems, all those brilliant gems that we previously talked about that no one heard? Shit.
Jeez. Oh, yeah, well, you heard it. Fuck.
Casting our pearls before swine, my friend.
Man, all right. Oh, God, what should I do next? What should I do next? What should I do next? Oh, my God. All right, anyways. Take it away, Jordan. All right.
Okay, moving on. All
right, can we stop from the people?
Absolutely,
Jesus
we could do
Christ.
that.
The time 8:35.
Just in time for a public service announcement.
Oh, dude, I'll get one ready too. I'm telling you, I'm gonna need a coffee.
Just for an emergency such as this.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm Justin. This is Jordan, and this is the Justin and Jordan show, where we just talk about sports and everything about sports and Brady's hand and your hand and my hand and where it's going to go tonight. Jordan, take it away. AFC Championship.
We're talking about our hands? AFC Championship. And just kind of a recap for what we previously talked about to ourselves. Anyway, once again, AFC Championship. My estimation, I was a little reluctant, figuring that this would actually be a formidable challenge for the New England Patriots, but can we say just did not disappoint? Absolutely did not disappoint, though. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Patriots games in general. It was brought up previously in the show that any time that the Patriots play, it is great television. It is great entertainment, and that's why we watch it. Anything else, any other games, less. They fall way short of the mark. Or way short of the line of scrimmage, as some would say. Can I get a snare drum, please? On that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way too slow for this. Wait a second. My computer's from 2008. Wait a second. Hold on.
See what we're dealing with here?
Wait a second. All right, hold on. Okay.
There we go. All right, good. Anyway, a couple points to make about that AFC Championship game. Of course, against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I will say this: I was impressed with Jacksonville for the most part. I thought they actually came to play maybe 2 quarters. I mean, say what you will, but that's better than the Tennessee Titans or any other team has fared against the Pats this season.
Yep, Rachel's over there shaking her head. Yes.
Oh, good.
She agrees. She agrees.
Oh, okay, good. Let's see.
Need a cup of coffee after this shit.
That's all right. But and I think Jacksonville game plan from the onset was actually.
I'm surprised they didn't do an onside kick.
Oh, you're not? Oh.
I would have done one.
Okay, yeah.
I would have gambled. I would play with Devil for a second. But
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. I will say this. I think you're right. I think Jacksonville should have taken more chances, especially towards the end of that game where they should have switched things up. Clearly, that was not the case because they simply just ran it on first down, and their game plan just became very predictable. In order to play New England, I think you need to switch it up. You need to adjust with them. New England is great at that. As a matter of fact, I think they're one of the only teams in the league that makes those adjustments. I mean, from what you've seen the previous games, and I know I'm backtracking here on the previous season, but have you seen any other team, when playing the Patriots, make similar adjustments to keep that flow going? About
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
First game.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think Kansas City necessarily needed to make any adjustments because that was such a blowout. If anything, I don't think that was one of those.
Do you know? It's always a blowout.
I mean, except when it's playoff time,
No,
and the team and Kansas City actually, shows what kind of a team that they are. And absolutely vomits all over themselves, all over their jerseys. But normally you're right. You're absolutely right in that in the regular season, Kansas City comes to play. However, just like everything, football season is not only 16 games, but if you're playing the playoffs, it's obviously a lot longer. Just like every game is 16 minutes.
Do you realize? Let me explain this to you. And I was having this conversation with my dad a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Do you realize Tom Brady has played in the Super Bowl most of his career?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, absolutely, I can believe that. That's what I'm saying. I think that's actually that's second nature to him. Being on that stage, it's nothing new to him, and especially from someone like a newcomer, for example, where just the being up there can be a completely daunting task, and it just shows time and time again that very rarely people are up for the challenge. They might be initially. Adrenaline is a funny thing. Adrenaline plays tricks on you, and it's funny because I was actually talking about that with my dad earlier on today, and it just seems obviously when it comes to these playoff games or big games against New England, adrenaline really takes these teams. It's good from the initial onset. However, as we progress later on in the game, that adrenaline wears off, and it's just like these teams are like lulled into a venerable complacency. And that's where the Patriots capitalize. They capitalize on that. Play gets sloppy on the other teams. And I think New England knows that, and New England will let them literally self-destruct. And I think that's what happens, so.
Well, do you realize whenever a team is about to win, boom, they choke?
Oh, yeah. That's what I have a thing with. It's called stamina.
You know what they're choking on? You want me to tell you? Jordan, let me get very intimate with you. Let me explain to you what they're choking on.
I know I should have brought protection.
You want some? I'm going to give you some right now. Let me tell you.
Go easy.
Oh, well. Does Brady go easy? Let me
Never. That's what I'm saying. He goes the full 60 minutes. He goes had the full 60 minutes.
Let me explain to you. When Tom Brady gets out there, if you start watching the first quarter, he's easing his way in. He's getting them nice and wet. Okay. All right. Second quarter.
This is a first. This is a first for me, ladies and gentlemen. I've never heard a sporting event compared to.
Listen to me. First base, second base, third base. Am I right?
We're talking about football.
Listen to me. When Brady walks on the field, he hikes the ball. Okay, nothing happens because they're making out right now. Okay, second base, second quarter. He's going under the shirt.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Third base. All right. He's unbuttoning his
Can we
pants
put
a
this
little
in
bit.
perspective, at least of quarters, like first quarter, second
All right,
quarter.
fine. Third quarter.
Okay.
He's unbuttoning his pants. Fourth quarter. He's giving it to them really hard at the end. And that's when the teams choke. That's when teams choke.
That's when you. That's when he literally makes the.
All right. So we got a comment.
CBs.
We got a comment.
Oh, good.
Because people can finally fucking hear us.
Okay,
All right.
that's great.
This is from somebody on my Facebook because you don't have Facebook, so we'll keep it as that.
Yeah, I
she
live
says
in the cave.
she's dying, like laughing.
Oh, good. I meant like you're dying. Like,
Yeah.
that was
But
beforehand.
honestly, do you realize that like teams they premature honestly they premature ejaculation all over fucking Brady, all over Brady because they think they have him. They think they have him. Am I correct or wrong? They think they have him.
That's a damn good comparison right there.
Okay, all right. So
it makes sense.
Hold on. So all right. So Brady gets up, right? He hikes the ball, right? Or he'll throw him off. And they just jump because they're too quick. Because they can't hold their load in their pants.
Gives the term false stat a whole new meaning.
False stat, premature ejaculation. That's what the Steelers did. Premature ejaculation. Give it to Brady to stick it to you. Anally or... Oh, joy.
Oh, jeez, these.
Hey, listen.
comparisons.
Let me explain this one more time. This is our third time trying it, correct?
Yeah, you're right.
Second time failed. Third time we just unbuttoned the pants there. Fourth time we made it home.
Third time we reach home base, we nail it. Good. All right.
All right. So, but no, honestly, so if you think about it, during the fourth quarter, right? Let's use this, the Super Bowl, right? This is where it all really began, up and gone.
The whole sense of the comeback you're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So Patriots were up, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who the hell did they play? The Seahawks.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
you're talking about the Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. They're killing us through the run game. They're killing us.
Mm.
They're killing us, right?
Yeah.
Oh my! They're fucking us hard. Okay. All right. Ready? They get right down to. they get right
They
down.
had New England with its pants down around its ankles.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They're getting right down to the goal line, right?
Mhm.
Right. What they had to do is hand the ball off to
Marshawn Lynch. That's right.
one running play. They
Yeah.
would have won.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but no. No, they get too excited. Too
Oh,
excited.
yeah. They want to. You're saying they want to overperform then? They want to. Yeah.
Yes. They get way too excited. So
Mhm.
what happens?
Mm-hmm.
What happens? What happened during that? What happened? Do you remember?
Oh, of course, absolutely. Probably like one of the most memorable plays in Super Bowl history. I mean, that's where obviously Patriots rose to the challenge and declared Seattle their bitch, pretty much. So.
Yep, and they choked and they splattered everywhere. All right. So tell me.
The sound effects are always.
Tell me.
It was definitely a letdown because typically I kind of get the feeling that every time that Gronk plays throughout the course of the season, an injury is bound to happen. I'm just impressed that he was able to go which he did.
Nope, that's false.
Without anything happening.
Nope, that's completely fucking false.
Well, how so? I'm talking about throughout the
He
majority.
didn't play all 16 games.
Majority of his career, though.
He didn't play all 16 this year.
But I'm saying, yeah, but at least he.
The Seattle Seahawks, the one they won.
But here's the thing: it's a rarity for Gronkowski to actually go into the playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, injuries happen here and there, suspensions happen here and there, and I think he.
Yeah. All right. So let's back up to that Buffalo thing. Do you think what he did was right or wrong?
Oh, yeah, of course I think that was justified, I
That's
mean, here's the thing. If someone is hanging all over you, all right, and needling you and needling you, I mean, sometimes I hate to say this, it's the humanity in all of us. Sometimes you're bound to overreact. Am I right? Yeah. I mean, I just think it was just, granted, it was just on pure emotion. It's something that the Patriots really, it's not really the Patriot way. I mean, for the most part, they're cool, calm, and collected. But it was actually, I might get criticized for this. It was actually refreshing to kind of see that, though. I was like, yeah, Finally, someone is showing some type of
no,
emotion.
man, I disagree.
This is
That-
great.
but that
you
wasn't
know?
right. That wasn't right.
Oh, but against Buffalo, of course it was. Absolutely. I mean, that just reifies a point. In my estimation, that reifies a point right there.
No.
All right? It reifies a point that, guess what, Buffalo, we own you. All right? Even when you're not on the field, even when you're on the sidelines, completely defenseless, we still own you.
I just don't think that was that was right, and I think that's why after you got hit in the head.
It might not have been right, but was it necessary?
Disagree.
See, I think it wasn't right. In my estimation, it wasn't right, but yes, it was necessary. It proved a point, I think.
It did.
Yes, exactly.
What point?
All right, that New England is capable of really just hammering it.
Of fucking
home.
you in the ass.
They're capable.
No,
exactly.
Rob Gronkowski when he smashed that guy on the ground. Fucking rubber fell off. A rubber fell off.
All right.
What?
The texts are coming in. I think
shit. Oh shit! Oh
the
shit!
sexual references have reached their climax.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're doing this for 2 fucking hours. What did she
I
say?
got a text from my wife saying, "Is this over yet?"
Oh, is it over? Oh, my bad.
Almost.
Tony Homo, what?
But anyway, no. Was that penalty necessary? I think it was. I think it was necessary to hammer home a point to the rest of the league that the Patriots mean business. All right, and
They got him.
Exactly. Yeah, it did get him suspended, but sometimes things are necessary for to happen to make a point. I think some of those things are necessary. But however, my concern though is, what do you think? Would you think by Gronk being absent, what if potentially he is absent for the Super Bowl? Do you think this will impact how the Patriots play?
Yes.
How so?
Who's gonna throw to Danny Amendola? Not like you can bust Julia. Listen, if Edelman was there, I think I'll feel much more safer.
Okay, they were able. You realize in the last year's Super Bowl they were able to win without him.
What? Without who?
Without Gronkowski.
Yeah, but Edelman was there.
Yeah, but still, you know what? The thing is, the Patriots excel at making a lot with a little.
Oh wait. Man, the maniac. Can I read you off something what the maniac is saying, please? Please.
Jeez, I should have brought my earplugs.
Okay. Where should I start? All right. Wait. What? Question mark and exclamation point. What point? Question mark. Karma. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Oh.
Hopefully he will miss the game. Period.
Oh.
That's from the maniac.
Yeah, well, that's not right. So the maniac, of course, is someone that we've all come to know and somewhat tolerate. He's a disgruntled Buffalo Bills fan, and they are absolutely the worst on the planet. So, but anyway, we'll leave that for another program, I'm sure. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. We got a whole program here to motor on through. But I don't see, even if Gronk misses the game, I don't see it really being that much of a factor. I think that the Patriots are going to win. Are going to win without.
I want one for the thumb.
And regardless of Tom Brady's thumb, like I said.
Do you realize if he takes off all 3 rings, he can do the shocker?
The thing is, and this kind of brings us moving forward to our next point. The role of Danny playoff Amendola. Brady has so many targets that do so well under pressure.
Yeah.
And it's a mantra that consistently goes through. It runs through the whole team.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, okay? You saw the NFC championship game, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Compare
It was a joke.
It was a joke because the Eagles just, I mean,
they flew away with it.
They flew like little birdies. But the Vikings gave up.
Well, it's funny because just from the initial from that initial drive that Minnesota had, I thought it was going to be a completely different game.
Yeah.
And that was it. And there was nothing more afterwards.
Robbie, I'm ignoring you right now, buddy.
I think it's just one of those things like you were alluding to before. Is just that they kind of they got overexcited, and granted things things were happening in the right way, and you get overly excited and you think, you're on top of the world, and cooler heads obviously have to prevail.
I just don't think Nick Foles can make it happen.
Oh, well, it's clearly that. But here's the thing: it's not going to be.
But
if the Eagles are smart, it's not going to be.
Do you think they have a good
Nick
defense?
Foles. I do, absolutely. And as teams keep on playing, when you get later and later into the postseason, defense is proven to win games. And but my thing of it all is, are the Eagles necessarily up for the challenge? Once again, it's being on that stage. All right, taking case in point, Minnesota's defense ranked number 1 against playing Philadelphia last weekend. And we're ranked number 1 in the league. What happened, though? I mean, the Eagles were able to rack up 38 points. I think when you're on a certain stage that you're not ready for, the moment envelops you, and you get lost in it. And that's what happened in Minnesota.
You think so?
Philadelphia clearly rose to the occasion. I think. Well, my thing of it all as Philadelphia, I don't think has. They knew. I think even going into that game that there was a chance. Even though they were playing at home, I think they had a chance that they were going to be underdogs. And sometimes when you're an underdogs, you just don't care. You don't. I mean, you just let it all hang out. So.
Yeah.
But I just think that that's the mentality that you have to have.
Just remember,
games.
Brady was a backup. You just saw me look down. So who do you think just said that?
Oh God!
Remember, Brady.
We have other people chiming in rather than that guy.
Spygate. Spygate. Yeah. So yeah.
Sure.
And he's right. He's right. Brady was a backup.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Brady was a backup
at the age of
21.
Was he 20? I think he was 23.
Well, in and around there.
Okay.
All right. Point is, Nick Foles is how many years has Nick Foles been in the league?
300 freaking yards. Sorry, I'm just reading.
He's been in the league for 300 yards.
This is delay, apparently.
Well, I just think that this is going to be clearly. I mean, my thing about clearly is Brady is cut from a different cloth, other than like any other athlete. You're talking about I don't know. You're talking about Nick Foles. From what I saw during the NFC Championship game, I mean, there were a couple of plays where Nick Foles. It just seemed like he was just he escaped pressure. He might be elusive, and he was just chucking up balls. And his receivers just happened to come down. Once again, what's that saying about your quarterback right there? Yes, I do think he has skill. Absolutely. What's going to happen is he's got to be a game manager. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I don't care if you can throw the ball 100 yards or not. What happens to make a good quarterback?
You have to take control over the team.
Exactly. You have to be a good game manager.
So let's use this: Jacksonville, Tennessee, Kansas City. Do you remember Kansas City last year?
Kansas City, yes, I do.
They lost all track of time.
Oh yeah.
All track.
Well, and guess who was the offensive coordinator during that time? The Philadelphia's head coach. So once again, I mean, you're even the coach has got to realize that he needs to instill in his quarterback a better sense of time. And I hate to say that, but there's no one better at managing time than Belichick and Brady combo. I think really that's, if you got to look at it, that's what the challenge is going to be for Philadelphia right there. So, but that being considered,
do you think they're going to play man or cover 2?
I think to really throw the Patriots off the game, you have to play man. I think so. However, playing man, it's tough to do that consistently. All right, it's tough to go a whole 60 minutes or however long the defense is out there. It's very difficult to do, and that's why teams will kind of fall back and play zone, especially with a lead, especially with a big lead. Teams will tend to be lazy, and once again, it's all about. I'm convinced it's all about stamina. Alluding to the point that you made earlier, it's.
Do you think it'll be a
most teams do not have?
Do you think it'll be a blow game or?
No. I think that Philadelphia will definitely show up to play. I think that defense will definitely show up to play. The only thing is, once again, it kind of goes back to the offense. All right, because offense, once again, Nick Foles will have to do a good job of managing that clock. They will have to utilize, I think, their what they have on weaponry in a little bit more creative ways than they'll have to be more creative than from what I saw in that NFC Championship game. They're going to have to be more creative. The way you tore the Patriots off, a lot of over unders. All right, utilize those pick routes a little bit more. That's what worked. That's what Jacksonville did, and it seemed to work against New England.
All right, perfect. All right, so Jordan, you and I are going to take a little tiny break, and then we're going to talk about the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
And then, because that's the most, no one talks about the Pro Bowl anymore, you know? Do you realize that?
Except us.
Yeah, except us. So we will be back. Just give us 5 minutes so we can regroup and throw our heads against the wall and smash ourselves and drink some more coffee. We'll be back.
Can't do anything. You're hopeless. It's disgusting. It can go in the bin. Muck. Rubbish. Faster than I can earn it. And it's going to stop. Nobody's looking at you. They'll be laughing at you.
Is your life being controlled by an abusive partner? Domestic abuse isn't just physical. It can be psychological too.
Comme ça. Quoi? Je t'ai touché? Est-ce que je t'ai touché? Non? Alors, qu'est-ce que t'as? T'arrêtes! Arrête!
Un homme qui frappe sa femme apprend la violence à ses enfants.
Look at the next slide. You can see now that our operating costs are up 23%.
Ron, I think it's 19.
No, the new numbers are right. It is 23%.
Stupid bitch. Don't you ever correct me in front of people again.
You think you are, you ignorant cow?
You think you've got the right to tell me anything? You wouldn't get away with it here. You won't get away with it at home.
So he says, if she's not good enough for her family, she's not good enough for mine. Which brings me to my little princess. It was certainly good enough for me, if you know what I mean. Now, today's the day that I hand over Melissa to Tom. You be careful, son. She was quite the little screamer when she was young. Oh, forgive an old bloke from getting a little bit sentimental, but I look at Melissa today, and I still remember the first words I ever said to her after sex. Don't tell Mum. So, in closing, I'd like you all to be upstanding. To Melissa, I'm going to miss Daddy's special little girl. And Tom, give you a few tips later, son. To Melissa and Tom.
Hey, mate, how are ya? Good to see ya. Hope you've been a good boy for Mummy.
Yes, Dad.
How was your Rotary Club meeting today?
Fine. It's cold. It's got no taste.
I would order to come over this.
I vow to make excuses when you humiliate me in public, to forsake my friends and family.
All right, we're back for some wonderful public service announcements, but they're free and doesn't matter. Okay, this is an FM radio. Look at that shit.
All right, what's the first one?
All right, the first one is so the Pro Bowl, because somebody said Pro Bowl question mark exclamation point.
is that part of our service announcement?
I should have made it.
Be warned.
Be warned.
Be warned. Mediocrity will be at its peak during the Pro Bowl.
Be warned, Luke Skywalker. Be warned. The Patriots will win the Super Bowl because of the refs.
We wouldn't have it any other way. Let's put it that way.
By the way, this is Robert Goodell speaking. Refs, I need the Patriots to win because I would look like a fool.
See, it's already
yeah, right.
It's already planned out. It's already in the stars. So, Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl. Hey, do you know what year the Pro Bowl started? Do you know what year?
What year?
I think the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, people were crazy during the 80s.
Oh man, they're
all loaded up on that cocaine. You know, I mean, geez.
Did you know a lot of players did cocaine?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the only way to play these days. I mean, you know, legally, right?
Sorry, I had everybody else. My bad.
All right, so NFC versus AFC. Who do you think stands a better chance?
NFC.
The NFC.
Well, hey, so explain to me. Explain to me about the Pro Bowl. Okay.
All right.
What's the idea of the Pro Bowl?
Well, typically it's to promote star players. However, when there are no star players playing, what's the point?
But okay, so when the Pro Bowl first started, right?
Yeah.
I believe back in the 80s. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please message me and let me know because I'm always wrong. But I believe it was supposed to be after the Super Bowl. It was after the Super Bowl. Correct.
Yeah, it always was.
And now it's
Super Bowl.
before the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, exactly. So obviously you're
now
not
it
going to
seems
get
like
those
a joke. Now it seems like a joke.
Absolutely.
You know,
because you're not going to get those star players.
You know, and I mean, I get the idea.
I mean, well, what I want to know is, I mean, who are going to be the starting quarterbacks? Is the NFC really going to play Case Keenum?
No, they're gonna play.
As a starter, or I mean,
Blake Bortles.
that's the AFC.
Oh shit! My bad. my bad. Yeah, they're gonna play Blake Bortles for the AFC. That's what I meant.
It's all right.
Robbie, you're on crack.
I mean, with that being said, I mean that's what I'm saying. I think it really just based on the players that play in this thing, it loses its significance.
Correct.
But you brought up a good point earlier when we were talking off the air about that. Typically, the Pro Bowl, like baseball's All-Star game, like basketball's All-Star game, it should be a showcase
of your favorite players, right?
Of your favorite players. That's why you tune in.
Right,
Top talent.
So this is where I started not liking the
You
Pro
don't
Bowl.
have that. You don't have that in football.
This is where I stopped liking the Pro Bowl, and let me explain this to you.
All right.
I think it was a couple of years ago. They got rid of the AFC and NFC. They made teams. Do you remember this? They had
teams?
They had the Rice team and they have the Irvin team. This is what I can remember.
Would they pick them out like you would a gym class or something? Or? Yeah, that works. Sorry,
I'm looking at Robbie's text. So when they had the Rice team and the Irvin team, I believe, half of Buffalo players would be on one team, half Buffalo player would be on the other team. You know what I'm saying? And it would be too confusing.
Right. So there was no clear delineation between
it looked like a big freaking
AFC.
joke to me, honest to God.
Oh yeah, okay.
And to me, you know, when you watch like something like that, I'd rather have it after the Super Bowl, and as we were discussing earlier, maybe in the springtime
Absolutely.
And I understand injuries, blah blah blah, but you can never prevent that.
Today I tuned in briefly to college football Senior Bowl, and to me that makes a little bit more sense. I mean, you get maybe about like a month to a couple of weeks off, and give your body a time to heal. Obviously, get the players that you want playing. I mean, once again, it is. But, I see where the players are coming from, too. I mean, it is, the contact, it's not as vicious, but, I mean, you do have the potential for injury, So, I mean, why take that chance, though? And I think, obviously, that's where the perspective is. But the fact that it's, the fact that you're still having this level of mediocrity, even playing a Pro Bowl,
Players wants to make, how much do players want to make a lot of money, correct?
Absolutely, but here's the thing. But is the money worth getting hurt?
I mean, you get paid for it. It's part of it.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't believe it's in their contract. So you have to. I mean, if you get chosen, you have to play the Pro Bowl.
No, but I mean,
right? If you get voted on, absolutely not. You have that choice. I don't think that. I mean, I don't think if players don't want to play in it, I don't care how good the money is. You still run the risk of injury. And
it's not even on regular TV anymore. It's on ESPN. That's what kind of joke, it doesn't.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even know that.
No, I don't have cable, so I can't watch it.
Oh, geez, too bad.
Agreed, Jordan. Agreed. He agrees with you.
Oh, good. At least we agree. At least me and that guy agree about something. But no, just it's completely pointless. But if you are going to do something like that, maybe I don't know. What would you think? Schedule it in match, maybe. I mean, and.
Give players time to rest.
Yeah, and at least, I don't know, make it worth it, However, I do find it very entertaining what they do prior to the Pro Bowl. I believe they did that today, where they show off their skills, and it just seems now. Have you seen a look at what some of the things that they do? I mean, they might as well be playing Ellen DeGeneres' Game of Games. I mean, with some of the ridiculousness that's out there, that's featured there. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. At least, here's the thing. At least with baseball, for example, the prelude to baseball is what? When you do the All-Star game.
Dude, I have
home run derby. Who doesn't like a good home run derby? What does football have? What? Who can pass a ball through like a moving tire with a Teletubby on it? I mean, jeez, it just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, enough about the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah. There you go, Robbie. Done. All right.
We'll talk about Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like we need some apropos Philadelphia. Do we have any Philadelphia music?
Yeah. Stand by.
You get the Rocky soundtrack.
Yeah. Stand by. Here we go. Talk me up with it.
Okay. We can change. We can all change. I feel like that's what the mantra that Philadelphia fans are actually going to have.
This is one thing I'm going to say.
Hopefully they'll be on good behavior.
And I will always agree with Robbie on this. This is one thing I will say. Buffalo Bills fans are cool and relaxed.
Huh?
Besides that one. Cool and relaxed. Philadelphia fans are maniacs.
Oh, they are. Oh, absolutely. I completely agree. I think that's been the big bone of contention, kind of, with them actually going to such a hospitable city as Minneapolis. Are they going to turn the city upside down? Yeah, absolutely. Those Philadelphia. You ever been to Philadelphia?
No, never ever.
Oh, I'd stay.
Whenever I hear Philadelphia, I think of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That was a good show. That was a good fucking show.
I mean, movie, right?
No, it's a show.
Oh, you're talking about Sunny in Philadelphia. I thought you were talking about Philadelphia, the movie with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington.
Never seen it. It was good.
Oh, you'll need some Prozac and a Zoloft after seeing that.
Glass of wine? Can I have a glass of wine with it?
Sure.
Mark. All right. So, I have here coming up the Philadelphia Eagles rap.
They have a rap?
Oh, my friend, they have a rap.
I only thought that the Buffalo Bills were that pathetic to have actually a rap.
Let's go Bills. Let's go Bills.
Sorry, we don't mean to be picking on Buffalo too much on this.
I like Buffalo.
On this podcast.
I do. I like
They're all right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I realize every great team needs a punching bag, right?
Of course.
So it's just like Rocky needed his Apollo Creed. It's like Floyd Money Mayweather needed Conor McGregor. You know what the outcome is, but it's just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to cue this up. Wait a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Keep going, Jordan.
All right, sure. Yeah. But just a little bit about, a little bit of Philadelphia. Ironically enough, it's called the city of brotherly love, yet its fans.
There we go.
All right, good. We got some.
They said the Eagles can't win. They're an NFC East team. Yeah, and the Falcons can blow a 28-3 lead. See, it's all possible as long as you believe. And round here we dream big and wear our hearts on our sleeve. Please, we bleed green, but we leave y'all black and blue. Tell Ben Maga.
Did he just say they bleed green?
Yeah. Well,
what are you, a fucking turtle? What? Are you a fucking turtle? Alright, let's keep going.
We're coming for a sack or two. Other teams are moving backwards like a lateral. We're going hard from Columbus Boulevard to Girard Avenue. Did what we had to do to make the team great. 2017 got a clean slate. If y'all want.
What do you see there wrong? Do you see something there wrong? A clean slate.
Clean slate? I mean, that team's about as tainted as this Junior Seau's piss test. I mean, oh my God. But yeah. But
here's what we say: straight and take a whiz on you like a cheese.
They're gonna take a whiz on you. This is like legitimately their rap song, official song. Yeah,
taking a whiz over their whole city. That's the feeling that I got when I went to Philadelphia. Like it just the past I went to, it all smelled like urine. So I mean, no wonder. Literally, they're literally pissed off.
Y'all gon' probably need a break to pop some aspirin. Carson throws strong like he's tossing out a javelin. Wanna sink our battleship?
Just bobbing my head over here.
Happening like an NFL squad giving a job to Colin Kaepernick.
Wow, jeez.
Colin fucking Kaepernick.
That Colin Kaepernick reference. You know what? Hey, you know what? They may make a move to pick him up at the end of the season. Hey, they need all the help that they can get, in my estimation.
Didn't he go to the Super Bowl his first year?
Absolutely.
And after that, he turned into a turd.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Parent, not to be blunt, but we got LeGarrette. Tell Jason Garrett we'll hit stick him.
Well, that's a good rhyme right there. I like that.
You remember LeGarrette?
Yeah.
Mr. Blunt.
Yeah.
Talking about the Blunt.
Talking about the Blunt man. Yeah.
Blunt man.
Well, but speaking of, I think that's kind of a good segue into our next topic here. As far as Philadelphia's running backs, do you see them posing up, given that New England front, a challenge? I mean, if you really get down to it, you have two stellar backs, and I believe they have one transitional one, a little speedster who's not too bad. But between Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount, New England has had struggles with the running game. I just think in order for Philadelphia to really make an impact on the Super Bowl, that they would just need to obviously get a little bit more creative, even with those backs.
So name me the running backs.
See, Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount, some little small guy.
Have a name. Can't you figure it out?
The life of me, I can't. Anyway, but I think they've actually, considering where they were at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, they had a quarterback. Yes, they had Carson Wentz. Also, I believe they had Darren Sproles. All right. However, as present trends continue, when Darren Sproles got injured, that was going to be it. I thought Philadelphia's running game was done. I am a.
Did you expect them to make it this far without Carson Wentz?
Oh well,
he's good.
He is good. He is good.
If he didn't get hurt, I believe he would have won MVP.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did Brady win MVP, by the way?
No, not yet. They're gonna make that decision. I think kind of closer to game time. But yeah, I think Brady is like hands down right now. But no, definitely Carson Wentz would have won it this year if he hadn't gone injured. But like I said before, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's where Philadelphia, if you could say, may have the edge because they actually have a backup that can assume that role.
Yeah.
I mean, who are we to say? Like if Brady went down, would New England be in the same position?
No.
You don't think?
They're on Brian Hoyer.
Brian Magic Hoyer? Nah. Well,
I don't think
debatable, but that's what I'm saying. At least Philadelphia does.
They got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo for some strange, honest fucking reason.
Yeah, man,
should have given him to Buffalo.
We'll get to that in the offseason, I'm sure. But yeah. But pressing things at hand, as far as Philadelphia utilizing its running backs, from what I saw during that NFC Championship game, it seems like they're good. It seems like they brought it, and I like just kind of the way they vary those two backs and get them utilized. I have to admit though, say what you will about LeGarrette Blount, I love his style. I absolutely love his style. And I think for a team to go into the postseason, as long as they have, it's important to have a good running game. And that's why LeGarrette Blount was so good with New England last season.
Yep.
So clearly,
joke was on them.
I love someone that can pound the rock.
I also like Chris Long.
Oh, Chris Long, yeah.
I love Chris Long.
Absolutely. And I think he fits better into this Philadelphia defense.
Agree with you 100%.
Than he fit into New England's. But by saying that, do you think just because of their knowledge of New England, do you think that could give them a little bit of edge? Do you think they're tipping off?
No, I don't believe that.
Don't think it matters?
I believe that... Do you think it's going to be a blowout game? Because a lot of people think it's going to be a blowout game, and I don't think that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's going to come like every other fucking Super Bowl, very close down to the wire.
Philadelphia's defense is going to keep them in.
Do I think the Patriots will win? We should do predictions on... We're doing this next Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
We should do predictions.
Mm-hmm.
And cause now I know what the hell we're doing here.
Thank God.
It's not going to take us 2 hours to do this show. I bet you do, Jordan. I'm going to try and get a phone hooked up to the computer.
Okay.
So if people want to call in, they'll be able to. I have a number. I won't give that out until Friday.
Okay, well, yeah, just don't give it away.
We'll give our predictions.
Just no telemarketers, please. All right, we beg you.
You don't want to fuck with them?
Actually, I would be curious about their predictions as well.
Is Mrs. Cowley there? Yeah, this is her.
But that being said, I like that. No, we'll make some good predictions coming up for next week though. But
honestly, I think that will also help make the show go along easier too, because there'll be a live phone. There'll be a phone here.
Yeah, but I mean, here's my thing of it: is opinions are like assholes. All right, everyone has one. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do we really want that? You got to answer. Do we really want that on this show?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
Yes. I want people's opinion. I want someone.
I
want somebody to call up and say, "Justin, you fucking suck." No, like genuinely. I want somebody to say, "Jordan, you rock." Tell me off.
I don't want anyone to lie to me though. No, if anything, I like that. If anything, we let's put it this way: we welcome. I think that all is we welcome controversy. All right. I'd like to hear some different opinions.
Robbie wants to call in now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. I'm telling
I can make it happen.
Yeah, but we'll wait till we get a landline. Can we do that?
Yeah.
So,
Robbie, just for you, buddy. Next week. I have one. I just need the adapter.
I'll
get it Friday.
Give him a week more to stew, all right? But that being said, though, with going forward, I like that. If anyone brings up contrary points of view, if anyone has, I mean, obviously we know our affiliations. Would you consider yourself to be a teamer?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. Myself, unfortunately. But that being said, all right, I think the true sense of being a teamer is to understand. It's like you were saying before, Justin. It's like being in a relationship. You got to understand your faults. You got to understand the person that you love or the team that you love's faults. That's what makes it work. That's what makes a relationship work. And that's what makes being a teamer work, I think.
And that's why the Patriots, I think that's why they're so good after all these years,
Exactly, because they understand their weaknesses.
How long does dynasty usually last for? 10 years?
And they work on it. They're like one of the few teams that work on it. And it's just not to the point of like in a relationship of not replacing that person automatically just because something doesn't work. No, in order for something to make it work, you got to iron things out. You got to go through those rough spots, and God only knows. Not every team is perfect. And of course, of what we've, all the controversy that's been brought up before, especially with, you hear about these divisions between Belichick and Brady, and the whole Garoppolo thing. Well, guess what? Those come up. Things like that come up. In relationships, they can come up. But the true mark of a successful team, a successful relationship, is ironing those things out. effectively coming to some resolution and focusing on the bigger picture. I don't think a lot of teams can do that.
No. But, whoever listens to this now or in the future and they want to join this to make it more interesting and they have more ideas, hey, I'm cool. I have more mics. I can set things up, Come down here. Or
Wait, you actually want these people to come here?
They come here and give their opinions. Yeah, why not?
Jeez, I feel like we need, at the end of that, we may need to have a bouncer. Call security or something.
No way. Where are you? Are you listening, buddy? Yeah, that guy will bounce you the fuck out. I'm telling you.
Oh, exactly.
I'll keep him planted right at the fucking door, carding people for IDs.
Okay. Absolutely, and background checks.
Yeah,
Make sure,
background checks.
I think he
Background checks.
I think he excels at that. But anyway, no. The point is, obviously, we are as biased as we may seem about our team. We encourage people, if you can find any fault in your favorite teams moving forward, and it obviously it's going to go beyond football. We're going to talk about basketball, baseball.
Lost me there, but I'll learn.
I mean,
it's
might
true.
have to,
It's true.
Even God forbid hockey. I mean,
golf.
Oh, golf. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm right on board with.
Don't you just see the ball going down there?
You could have a field day with making those references that you were making previously.
Talking too loud.
Real quick, as we talked about the running backs. I know we're for time here. Let's talk about as far as Brady and that 6th ring. A lot of people. If anything, that he is going to, in fact, get that 6th ring. Although I believe that that is going to happen. What do you see prohibiting that?
If they don't game plan correctly.
They don't game.
That's the only thing I see. If they look at this as they did with the Giants.
But that's what I'm saying. Could a sense of overconfidence come into play? But this is what I feel about
what
the
happened
Patriots,
in 07?
though.
Explain to me what happened in 07.
In 07?
Why did they lose that Super Bowl? I think it was a fix.
I do too. I absolutely do. I don't believe in that catch that David Tyree made off his helmet. Come on, give me a break about that.
But I mean, like, why was the score so low? You have Wes Welker, Randy Moss. I mean, why was it so low? See, you have to plan better, like as they did, like.
How do you? But I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think they made those adjustments to stop that defensive front that the Giants had. Same thing with last year's Super Bowl when you see Atlanta like running amok on that offense. It was the same thing. Have the Patriots gotten better? Have they learned? Absolutely.
Oh, of course they did.
They make those adjustments, like what we're kind of alluding to earlier.
Never thought as a Super Bowl how the way how it ended would ever end like that.
But that's what I'm saying. This team,
and they did it again on the AFC Championship.
I think they've learned. I think they've learned a lot since those Super Bowls playing the Giants. And it really did. It blew my mind how an offensive juggernaut such as that 07 team, in my estimation, I feel like they should have gone undefeated. They really should have. God in His wisdom only knows. But if you don't make the adjustments, history is an old adage. History is bound to repeat itself.
I agree.
And if you keep on doing the same things, if you keep on making the same mistakes,
I mean that team will never.
That's the inevitable.
Never again.
Oh man,
you really think so?
Absolutely. You know what? I think they do have the potential. All right. They just need to get some. If you really think about the star players. Now, here's the thing about New England. Traditionally, they've excelled with those non-star players. You can say in other championship years, you might even say that Brady was the only star player. But they have consistently excelled with just him at the helm, and that's all you need. And kind of like we were talking about earlier, with Gronk kind of being, if he is a non-factor in the Super Bowl, so be it then. I think that's absolutely fine. They'll find a way. They'll find a way to win without him. Mm-hmm. They find a way to do it without these star players. The only thing about that 07 team is they did have those star players, and it could be brought up to debate. Well, maybe that was a distraction. And you get the sense of overconfidence. But do I think that...
Does Edelman still get a ring if they win?
Oh, yeah, of course he does, yeah. So does Jimmy.
Jimmy doesn't get a ring.
Yeah, he does.
Does he really?
Yeah, he still gets paid, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even, what's his name? Who's the third string? Brissett. Does he get a ring?
Yeah, I think that was different. It's all contractual. It is.
Belichick did love Jimmy.
Oh, we did, absolutely, and yeah, we can dwell on that more. But I think I will say this, I think if Jacksonville did end up winning that game, I think of course that's going to spurn on, well, did the Patriots make the right decision? Right now, you're in the Super Bowl. Your team has made it this far. I don't think that topic should be for debate.
Without Jimmy G, Yeah. I mean, Jimmy G could be good
if Brady ring. Consider him. I mean, he's already the greatest quarterback of all time. However, would you consider him the greatest athlete of all time?
No, he needs 7.
You need 7?
Jordan has 6, right?
I think Jordan does. Yeah, I think Jordan does have 6.
Beat that.
That's what I'm saying. But if he does get the 6th ring, here's the thing, though. Can you effectively make those comparisons, though? I mean, I will say this. Basketball is, that is yet another... in my estimation, that is kind of a grueling sport because, were they playing 82 games? That is definitely a sport of attrition.
I think if Brady gets 7 rings, he'll be the best athlete
of all time.
Yeah, best quarterback.
Do you think? But here's the thing, though. My thing of it all is it's tough to make that comparison simply just because football is obviously a more team-oriented.
Yeah.
Okay, we have seen in basketball a player, and you have these players like LeBron, for example, can take over a team completely and win a game.
Yeah.
You can't do that in football.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Giselle might think so. I think in one of the that
my
lost
husband
to the,
can't throw
exactly. My husband himself all the time. Good. She actually got. I think she actually had a valid point there. It's more of a team. It's more of a team effort. But that moving forward, I think it's more about Belichick winning that 6th ring. I think than necessarily about Brady being considered the best.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. All right. All right, guys. I think that's time to wrap it up for today. My sleeve came off my microphone. Fuck. No, I got it. I got it. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up for today. We didn't so bad as we did for the first 2.5 hours, but we're gonna try to be back next week, and hopefully we have a phone hooked up, get some calls if we can. Keep in mind, if you ever want to interact with us, shoot me a message on Facebook.
Turn down the volume on the music.
You got it. But you got something to say?
Yeah, I do.
Hit me.
All right. Turn down the music, though. All right, turn down the music. All right. I say I'm a teamer, but I'm not the only one. Perhaps someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
All right. The day. Have a great night, guys. Bye.
That's why I take the poison bitter sips and smile big when I drink. You never knew mayhem walk with Nikes, talk like a trucker, hawk the filibuster, Gerber, baby, lucid, Colonel Mustard. No time to hold my breath. Nope. I'm only here to rap, eat, sleep, grow old, and smoke stokes through the hole in my neck. New millennium. Mad cows and pennium. Process the hostage, lock him in a petting bin. Showing pictures of his swiping kids and watch the brain. Probably the same motherfuckers that buffed the train. Okay.